Hi there, it's Jenny, the vintage soul crafter. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to whisper. I'm not sure, maybe because it's late at night and my husband's sleeping in the next room. But speaking of my husband, he had to take the car in today. And it just so happens that the place where he had to take the car into is right next to Goodwill. That's Goodwill, y'all. So guess what? I did a little impromptu Goodwill shopping. The husband went in there with me for about 5 minutes and he was done. And 3 hours later, 3 hours later, I was still there. Eee! Anyway, I just thought I'd share with you guys real quick the little goodies that I found. Sorry for the glare. Still working on this whole, making it better filming kind of thing. Okay, so first, I found these. Oh, and FYI, before I forget, Labor Day, folks, put it on your calendar. Next half off at Goodwill. I'm fasting, abstaining, however you want to refer to it, for the month of August, which begins tomorrow. So I made sure today I had all of the Goodwill I could fill. A fill of Goodwill fill. I'm getting kind of giddy. It's late. Anyway, so these little books, I found a couple of these at this store, and I found one at another store not too long ago. But I'm digging these little books because, in part, they're little, so it's real simple to tear and include in junk journals or whatever kind of journal-y travel notebook for your own sake thing you're working on. But they have these little quotes, and I picked up this one because it's Springs of Japanese Wisdom, which, obviously you can figure that out for yourself because that's what it says. But also I love this paper with fibers in it and that kind of goodness. And then you can just tear these out. And I really appreciate Japanese or Chinese script. I think it is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, there was a gorgeous, and I can't go back and get it because I'm abstaining for the month of August. But it was a German book. And Nick the booksmith, if you're watching this, I thought of you. Oh, I thought of you. And I don't read German, even though I lived in Germany for almost 5 years. But the script in this book was just, oh my gosh, there's been a run on German books lately. And if you are a lover of German books, if you can read it, or if you do junk journaling and you love German books, please let me know. Of course, now by the time I go back, they probably won't have any. But if they do, I will gladly pick you up. I will use you as an excuse to purchase these German books. So anyway, okay, back to the business at hand. So these have these lovely little fibers, and they're petite, and so I don't see a publishing date in this, but it looks to be fairly vintage, possibly not vintage, but maybe 80s. I don't know if we consider that vintage, but whatever. I liked it, so I got it. And then the same with this one. This one doesn't have the same luscious paper, but it does have some pretty cool sayings, quotes in it, as well as it's nice. It's a nice feeling. This is actually embossed, this page. Oh, I didn't even notice that. But yeah, it's called Springs of Love, as you can see, and it's got different quotes in it. And so I picked this one up too because it also has some pretty sweet little pictures, kind of retro. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll call retro throwback when it's like the 80s and 90s. So got that one. Love it. And then they had lots of patterns. I would really love Goodwill to not, on the woman's sort of hashtag bouffant here, but we'll see if we can work that off. I love this one because it had the house coats and, the flippy do there. And so had to get it. There isn't a date on it that I could see, but I'm digging it. And I will be doing some sewing books very soon. This is a bridge tally. If you know how to play bridge, I think you're remarkable. I don't get it. And maybe there's a lot of people who don't get it, hence the reason for these bridge, they quit. See, they play this many games, they lost them all, they didn't know what they were doing, they tore them out, and they said, the heck with it, we're giving it up. But anyway, I think these are very cool, and these are also fun to include in various different types of journals or journaling, junk journaling, and so on. So pick these up. And then I found this lovely Eaton's. Some of you may be familiar with Eaton's. It's vaguely familiar to me. Like maybe it was a drugstore. Gosh, I don't know. If you know, feel free to comment down below. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, sorry for the bump, and I got a tripod, a floor tripod, but guess what? I need an adapter for my cell phone, which is how I do. Made in the USA, I can see that. And yeah, Eaton's, so it must have been a drugstore. It sounds really familiar to me, but this paper, can you hear it? Can you hear that? Oh. Does that excite you like it excites me? That crinkle? I just stood in Goodwill going like this. And then it has sweet little envelopes. It's kind of what would you call that yellow? A really pale yellow. Probably doesn't come up on camera. You might be able to see it sort of here. Not crazy about the color, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. And I'm going to try to coffee stain. I think I'll try a little bit of tea dyeing on this as well, and then leave some of it in its natural state. It's exciting. Love that sound. Then you got to check the teachers section. You got to check this particular Goodwill has this teachers educational assistant where they, not assistant, section, excuse me. And where they have lots of different textbooks and things like that. And this was just way too precious. And you can see as soon as you open it, it started to be checked out in 1955, or at least that's when they put the due date book in it. It is from Shasta County Schools. I am in California, Northern California area. And looks like somebody tried to sell it for $5. I got it for less than that. Ha ha. If I'd waited, maybe they would have had it. Maybe they wouldn't have, to get it at half off. But when you see these things, if you really love it, because you do not know how many times, like the German book, actually there's been 2 German books lately that I have gone back and they're gone. So this is a prize. These will be adorable in all manner of journaly types of things. So cute. Love these illustrations. So yeah, it is copyright publishing date 1954. It's in here somewhere. There she blows. So got that. Cutie patootie. And then I found this. They had this huge big 2 actually pads of new ledger paper, but I went ahead and just picked up this older, again, more throwback than vintage. This is from Payless. Do you remember the day when they had Payless? I don't know if they have it in other parts of the country, but no more in California. Again, not vintage per se, although it is starting to get some of our yellowing, aging sort of feel and look to it. But it's a beauty. These are nice ledger pages. Wish people wouldn't pull them out after they use them. Just go ahead and leave it, folks. If you're writing in a ledger and you think you need to tear it out before you get rid of it, don't do it, because we like to pay good money for those written in ledgers. Yeah, picked up that nicey. I always fill my cart. I don't know how the rest of you do Goodwill hunting, but I fill my cart with things that, like, no, I'm not going to put this on the shelf right now. I'm not going to put it back. I'm not going to take a chance. And then I go around the store, like today. Sometimes I spend 3 hours, rarely less than an hour. I have to look. There's so much to look at, and I have to look. And today I looked because I knew after today it would be a while. But I fill my cart up and then I return to it. And then I call the cart and pull out the things that I know I can live without this. No, it's not old enough. No, you know how it is. You talk yourself through it. Next, I was excited because I was hoping to get my hands on some sort of mushroom toadstool. Anybody know the difference between a toadstool or a mushroom? Well, I probably will before I'm done because I will find out in this little lovely right here. Again, I apologize for the glare. Let's see if I can improve on that by shifting my lamp. This is 1972. And I'm at the point in my life I'm ready to call that vintage. Doesn't seem like it should be, but I'm ready to call that vintage. And it has I still really would like some illustration type mushroom books, but I was happy, very happy to find this. And it has some beauties in it. So that I feel like that's quite a find. I'm happy. I think it was this one $2.99 or $1.99? I'm not sure, but it's 99 mine now. This, in the 5 minutes that my husband was in with me, he's like, do they have any art books? And so I pulled this one out and he quickly breezed through it and then gave it back to me. But since I've done recently some Traveler's Notebook insert art books, I thought these could be included. This would be something. I do want to do some more of those. I'm going to next do some baby books, altered, repurposed baby books, but this could definitely be included in the next batch of art books. I love these art type books. I love illustrations. I love drawings. I love pen and ink. I love watercolor. I so admire and appreciate the ability. My husband's a tremendous artist. If you know my husband and you've seen any of his work, his name is Tom. FYI, he does have a name. His name is Tom. This is 1980. Yeah, we'll call that throwback. It's throwback. Not quite vintage, on the cusp of being vintage, but not quite there. Okay. I was pretty excited about this one too. I actually found 2 gnomes books. And I never realized it, but apparently these are PG-13. There's some slightly naked gnomes in here. Yeah, some of I didn't realize that it was okay in gnome culture for gals to bare their breasts, but I'm not going to run across any in this little flip, which is probably a good thing because you don't necessarily need to see. Well, okay, there. Okay, real quick. We don't want this. This is a family show here. Oh my gosh, you guys, these will be so stinking cute. Oh, that's not a gnome. That's a goblin. Oh, I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe the bat is his pet. I like bats actually, but that's an elf. I would call that a fairy, but apparently it's an elf. So, these will be so cute in gardening books. I could just do a gnome type fairy elf book, lore. It could go in, because it has so many animal type things in it. It could go in an animal, woodland. Oh, it's fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. I'm telling you. And then, as if that wasn't good enough, there's this color and story album. Oh, look. You can color. So this could go in an art book. This could go in a garden book. This could go in a garden art book. Journal, Traveler's Notebook. You know what I'm saying. And the cool thing is you get one side with text. It's not, you can tear this out. No need to completely deconstruct it as far as like taking the binding out so that you get one whole spread, because there are several vintage books that I have that I've decided I'm going to try it on one that I'm not, it's okay if it doesn't work, but I'm going to remove the whole signature. I've been searching, I've been looking. I haven't yet found, if you've done this, let me know. Again, I'm here learning. and learning and doing, creating, crafting, making art. Yeah, all that, yada, yada. But taking the whole signature out and then separating the pages at the center of the signature so that I can preserve some of these whole spreads. There's a book, I'm not going to share it right now, but that I just got, and it is a sewing book actually. Oh, no, wait, there's another one. Oh, it's a flower art book. Anyway, I have a few, and I want the whole spread. I want to reuse the whole spread, even if it means I have to fold in a page. So I will be deconstructing them, and then I want to reuse them in the actual book itself. I don't want to just get rid of a whole block of pages, because some of those pages belong in the book, in the altered book, junk journal, art journal, whatever you want to call it, traveler's notebook that I want to create. And there's a whole gob. I have plans. Okay, stay tuned, because I got plans. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you're holding me accountable to making all of this stuff and putting it to good use. Okay, moving on. This, I was really excited. If you've never watched Amity Bloom, check out Amity Bloom. And Nazi last night, I was drooling over what she was sharing. And so, yeah, I had to go. His appointment was right next to the Goodwill. I mean, it was across the street. You guys, I had to go. And I had to take him. He needed a ride. And he gave me my blessing. Okay. All right. I'm done justifying. This is lace that you will not be able to appreciate the color of this. I don't know if there's anything I can hold it up against that will show you. It's just not going to show, but it is the loveliest pale pink. I'm not going to call it mauve or mauve, however you say that, because that just would not do it justice. It's so soft. It's so pretty. It's so feminine. And it was on the most, I don't want to offend anybody, but it was on this garment, this frock right here. It's this little jacket, smallest little jacket for a very petite person. It's not even a child size. But it's stiff, it's coarse. I'm not crazy about this fabric. I might repurpose like a piece of it. I couldn't wait to get this lace off. So it was around the collar, it was around the cuffs, and it was around the front of it, the lapel. So I got it all off, mostly in one whole, well, not one whole, but one whole section per. And one of them is about 2 yards long. The other, obviously, the ones that were on the cuff are smaller, but yeah. And then it had as buttons these pearls, these little pearl dangly bead doohickey things. So those are, and those again are that really pale feminine kind of light pink. Love it, love it, love it. So I am looking forward to putting those into some beautiful good use. Okay, last few things I'm going to share with this haul for now is some other garments, some other frocks, fabrics. I love fabric. I love textile. I love print. I'm so happy. Oh, and by the way, Lagniappe. In case you don't know what a Lagniappe is, look it up. I learned it from reading a Dean Koontz book, Lagniappe. It's from Mrs. Lagniappe. It's the little extra free something that you get when you make a purchase, like cosmetics. You get the bag free, quote unquote, like when my husband teases me about winning something on eBay. Oh, you won something. Yeah, okay. Lagniappe. It's exciting to me, these quite old paper clips. It's getting so late, I almost forgot what these were called. Those are paper clips, but they're old. Okay, this, I won't be able to do this justice because I am too close up here, but bear with me, please. These last pieces I'm going to show you are, I'm pretty sure, handmade Indian, somewhere over there. I wouldn't say like Southeast Asia. I'm going to say Indian, like from India. I couldn't find a single tag. I couldn't find a tag on the lace one either, but I couldn't find a tag on these. I'm pretty sure that these were handmade. I could just see, you know, a mom, or maybe they were brought over with them from India. But this one just, I mean, look. I love the eyelet material. I love these little felted rhinestone bits, dots. I love, they get larger and there's more of them as you go down. This beautiful layering of these little, you know, discs. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but Otis, my bulldog boy, he's snoring. Oh, isn't that sweet? I hope you can hear that. That's his little nightly melody that he sings to me. And this lace, I mean, come on, look at this. And then I really see, so, okay, so it's lined, so you can see that it will be separated. And then it has this beautiful kind of crinkly cotton muslin in the back. That's an off-white color that I also really trying to adjust the lighting so maybe you can get a better appreciation. But okay, I'm taking too long. This is the first one that I saw, and this is the one that made me continue to look because I fell in love. I love green, I love orange, I love earth tones, browns, and this, the whole front of this garment is reusable. It would help probably if I held it up correctly. Reusable. I'm pretty sure these had to have all come from like the same family. I don't know. They're all about the same size. They all have, there's a little snap. I don't know. This one actually fits me, but I'd rather cut it up and use it for, I mean, can you see this for the front of a traveler's notebook, journal or something? I mean, you guys, oh. I could sleep with it. I mean, really. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And the thing that's so wonderful about these is that they are cotton. There's no tags, but you can, it's 100% cotton. And I love this color. And so the back, the front, the whole, this is going to be good stuff. Okay. I'm not as crazy about this one. I won't sleep with this one, but this one is very sort of boho. I really appreciate the colors. I couldn't not get it. And again, I think I can just see all of these coming from the same family. They all have sort of, I don't know. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's the one I made up as I looked at these and have touched them and felt them. Here's one of the biggest reasons that I purchased this one. This entire medallion is a patch. It's a hand-stitched, probably, I don't know, machine stitched. I'm not enough of a seamstress. Never played one on TV, nor do I claim to be one. Can barely say the word right. That's, how do you even say it? Machine stitched. That's not easy to say, okay? But this patch, I don't know if it's for me, but I do also have plans to open an online store, and I want to be a supplier. I want to do the shopping for people who don't want to do the shopping. I want to do the things. I originally, right out of high school, was going to go to the Design Institute of Merchandising in San Francisco. I made some other choices and decisions that I do not regret at all, but I was going to be a buyer. It was my desire and dream. And as various different careers in my life, especially my last one of nearly 9 years, that's part of what I did. I purchased things and then I created things out of them and then gave them away at women's retreats and various different women's events and so on. So I want to search and hunt for these things for those of you who don't have the time or don't like to do it, because I love it. And I love to give it away. I have the gift of gifting. I love to give it away as well. Okay, with an online store, I don't know how to break it to you. I won't be giving them away. I will be selling them, but reasonably, and I could just see this on the front of some, wrapped around some really cool, exotic book, notebook, journal. And it's got a lovely feel. It has beautiful, deep jewel tones. It's beautiful. And then the rest of this it's soft. This one is not 100% cotton. This one's more like a blend, maybe a cotton wool, a soft wool though, not an itchy wool. I would never buy an itchy wool. Maybe it's silk in it. I don't know. There's no tags, and I'm not enough of a seamstress person. I'm in process, y'all. So anywho, this piece would be beautiful. Any of it would be beautiful. It's really, really soft. It has, the mimicking design up on top, and then and some on the arms, and then the back is this. It's probably blinding you a little bit right now on camera. It looks a little blinding, but it's not. It's not blinding. It's not irritating to the eyes at all. It's really beautiful colors, and so maybe mixed in with something else as well, it would be good. So yeah, that's it. This is my workspace right now. I am in the process of finishing up a piece that is very special that someone asked me to do for their son. So I'm finishing that up, and then I am going to be creating some baby books repurposed. So stay tuned for that. If you even though I don't have an online store now, I would consider myself open for business, as far as if you see something that I put on here that you love and you think you have to have it. If I create something that you desire and really want, just let me know, get in touch with me. So I will see you guys soon, and plan to probably share some of my in-processing videos with the baby thing. It's going to be kind of figuring it out, because I've never done this before, but it's been one of my, for the last couple of years or so since I've been collecting these baby books, one of my desires to create. So thanks for tuning in. Sorry this was longer. I hope to get them down to 15 minutes, maybe with the processing ones, then I definitely will. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.